It is the view of Prime Minister Moses Nagamutu that the private criminal charges filed by PPP MP Anil Nandlal against 5 government ministers was meant to divert attention from the serious criminal charges filed against former Finance Minister Dr. Ashni Singh and former head of NISIL Winston Brassington in connection with the sale of 3 tracts of land allegedly in contravention of the valuation process.
The Jagdeo gang is creating a smokescreen to hide the seriousness of allegations being proffered against the former government officials. And so Guyanese can see through the smoke screens and should not be diverted by these shenanigans and these sideshows being organized by the opposition. For me, I think that as I said, could have laughed very loudly, but I have to hold my chest a little bit when I do so, because I've never seen an opposition parading in such a clownish manner.
On Monday, private criminal charges of misconduct in public office filed against Minister of Public Health Walter Lawrence and former Minister of Public Health George Norton were discontinued by the Director of Public Prosecutions Shalimar Haque. Before that decision by the DPP was handed down, Nandlal filed 3 more charges of misconduct in public office against Finance Minister Winston Jordan, Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson, and former Minister of Education Dr. Rupert Rupnarine in connection with the alleged misuse of public funds for the construction of the Durban Jubilee Park in 2016.
I don't see a ghost of a chance of any of these spurious counter charges privately filed by PPP MPs succeeding in the court. But I don't think that the intention has been that these charges should succeed. I think that the mischief is being created by the fact of charges being filed and not the results of prosecution or hearing or trial into these charges.
Prime Minister Nagamutu believes that because of the existing troubles in the PPP's camp, the party is seeking to divert attention.
There are serious internal disputations inside the opposition party, the PPP. And there is a shadow of doubt as to how the court will rule on the question of whether Mr. Jagdeo has a third term. And that is itself is part of the footworks, political footworks, to divert attention from the internal struggle. Because I can say this, that the process in the past, at least since for the 2011 elections, had all been undermined and rigged inside the PPP. And therefore, I don't see a better outcome this time round. And persons in the leadership of the party, they are worried about what will take place.
Mr. Nagamutu noted that the former Attorney General should have known better instead of approaching the courts in what is now being deemed a tit-for-tat reaction.
I think that the opposition is making a mockery of our legal system, and they are trying to cast aspersion on the court proceedings in Guyana. I think what's happening here is a typical case of what Guyanese would say when cow gone a slaughterhouse. They just do certain things on their tail.
Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.